There we go. Slightly out of sync, but it should be okay. So the game starts off with just a bit of tech smashing, because doesn't every good game? Nothing too interesting going on at the beginning of the game. Isaia changing his controls, which is weird because he probably just forgot to do it beforehand, so not too big of a deal. Making their way through the metro. Yeah, he forgot. Unfortunate. So, Tones will have an early lead, even if it's not for reasons of play. Does look to be synced up now, though. So making our way through what we don't understand yet, but starting off, first little mission here, we get a splatter shot, and we're looking to do a nice little bomb throw into this zip line. Tones gets it first try. See if Isaia can get it. He does. So we are working our way out of here. Tones gets out first. And we got a little bit more cutscenes, so if you're excited for this race, I'm gonna need a, let's see, Big Brother for Ballones. And I'm gonna need, let's see. I'm gonna need a one hand for Isaia. These are completely arbitrary emotes that I just chose, so some Big Brothers right away. Let's go. Talking to a phone here. Nothing too interesting. Ooh. No one wants the balloons. I'll have you know, you might be slightly disappointed. If I had to bet, it would be on TonesBalones winning, but, you know, I'm not a betting man. Lots of one hands. Wow. Alright, free win, easy clap. Alright. If Isaia doesn't win, I'm just gonna flame him. Metro coming, we picked up the CQ card and things. And here comes the train. And we get more cutscenes, so sit tight. Tones finna throw. The only reason Tones would ever lose this race is if he's actually awful. Or he goes for Octo shot skip. If Tones goes for Octo shot skip to get a free world record, then I wouldn't blame him, but that would be very interesting. Here we meet Sea Cucumber. That's my boy. And we learn pretty much nothing that we didn't already know. If you've missed the first 7 races, then maybe you're learning something. And soon enough, we'll be in our first level. So Tones enters the level first, Isaia a little bit behind because of the change of his controls, but pretty straightforward level here. It will be explained what they're going to do in the level, but pretty much it's just kill the Octolings. Even though you are an Octoling, these are bad Octolings. We don't like these guys. We'll see if there's any difference in strats. Tones, a little bit of an issue killing the first Octoling, but it wasn't that bad. Trying to watch. Isaia went for the bomb throw, didn't get it, unfortunately. Tones gets the bomb throw on the second Octoling, pretty quick second phase, and he's on to the third phase. Let's see, Isaia, I don't know if he hit that bomb throw. He could have. Tones gets a nice kill on the final Octoling and makes his way out of the first level. Bomb throw for Isaia. Kills him pretty easily. A little bit slow because the guy rolled, but shouldn't be too big of a deal, and just about the same difference leaving the level as entering. Let's see if there's any route changes after the first, or not the first, after the first level, but after this cutscene, because cutscenes are fun. I know Tones goes left side first, gets to the 8-ball level, completes that, and then goes right side, unless he changed it sometime. And then I don't know what Isaia does, so he might go right side first, so that would create some confusion. Tones going left. Into a baller level. It's pretty straightforward. Some slight optimizations with jumps, but not too much to explain. See how many different jumps he goes for. Isaia also going left side, so both going to be in the same level for at least the next 2 or 3. Again, pretty straightforward, just rolling the baller. See if Tones, he does not go for that jump, which is a little risky, so I don't blame him. We'll see if Isaia does. I don't think he will, but who knows. First jump, or really the only jump at that point. Actually, that was second for Tones, but he makes it. Isaia doesn't go for the short little skip, but he does get the first real good one. Just like that, Tones is out of the second level. Isaia going pretty strong. Pretty much the same thing as Tones here, so nothing too major that's happening differently as Tones enters, I believe, a 8-ball. No, wait, yes, it is the 8-ball level. So the 8-ball level is a little more difficult one. It's probably, I think there's only 2 in the run, but this is definitely the most difficult of the 2, probably in the game. More so because the strat's done than anything else. Bat chest, I agree. Tones, playing a little risky, let that ball roll a little bit. Thankfully it doesn't roll off the edge. Lead could swing if Tones doesn't get first try seesaw skip. Setting up for it now. Gets the ball in position. Waits a cycle, which I agree with. And it's perfect. He's right down the middle, so nothing bad happening on TonesBalones' side of the 8-ball level. Isaia getting to the seesaw right about now. Let's see if he can get it. Just so you guys know, if I'm on world record pace and doing Octo shot, I don't blame you. Isaia, unfortunately, messes up seesaw skip. Not too big of a deal. It's a pretty difficult skip. And it doesn't help that we don't know how 8-ball works, Kappa. Setting up for a second try, not like this. Oh, that is very far right, yeah. Tones back on the other side of the rails here. Going into the first blaster level, or maybe only blaster level, I don't know. I forget this game, but again, a pretty straightforward level. Isaia struggling a little bit. Waits a cycle. Waits another cycle. All those one hands in chat are not looking good. Unfortunate. 3 deaths. Thankfully, the tickets aren't too important. It's not going to be too big of a deal. Tones does die on the blaster level. I don't think he got enough length on that jump. So he didn't land on the bouncy boys. Isaia does get the seesaw skip. I don't know, Isaia. I faced Hashed yesterday. That was pretty unbalanced. Actually, I don't know what your PB is, but we'll see. Isaia finishes the seesaw skip, and Tones finishes up with the blaster level. Let's see where Isaia goes, because I actually don't know. Oh, you learned this around 8 days ago, yeah. That would make sense if you didn't win. To be fair, I learned this around 6 months ago and only ran it 6 months ago, but, you know. So Isaia, I believe, going the same route. Yep. So they will be doing the same levels in the same order, which makes my job a little bit easier here. The ISO Padre cutscene for Tones as he gets into another 8-ball level. No, this is the Inkjet level. 8-ball level's next, I believe. Nice little skip you can do in this level. Let's see if he can get it first try. It involves pretty much just boosting to max height and then getting a good death plan. Kill the enemy, set up here. Looks good on a good death plane, and he does get it, so perfectly executed trick. Isaia moving through the blaster level makes up a little bit of time with the first try jump onto those bouncy pads. But Tones finishes the Inkjet level pretty quickly. So Isaia only about a level behind, which isn't too bad. Obviously can be made up. Of course, does have to play pretty well to make it up, but yeah, maybe a level and a half because this cutscene, I may have overstated it or understated it. Another 8-ball level. Now, this one probably easier, but harder at the same time. It's a little less consistent than the other one because it somewhat relies on the enemies at the end. Of course, you can kind of manipulate them, but let's see if Tones can do it. As Isaia enters the Inkjet level, Tones' sponge got hit by an enemy there, which is really weird. Stalls him a few seconds. He throws a burst bomb trying to get the other guys. 8-ball should be good. It shouldn't start bouncing. 8-ball, not bouncing. Isaia doesn't get the Inkjet skip first try, unfortunately. Ooh, it started bouncing. That's bad. Monk ass. No, he stopped it. He's good. Not that bad. Obviously would prefer if it didn't start bouncing off the walls like that, but not a bad level. Imagine saying woo me when Octolinks say Vimo. Oof. The line opened up for TonesBalones here as Isaia finishes the Inkjet level. I believe he went to the backup strat after he missed it. Maybe he didn't. didn't catch it exactly, but limited ink level here for Tones. Nothing too interesting, so he goes left side. I guess that is faster, actually. Yeah, pretty speedy through this level with Tones, so yeah, Tones Barty in the chat if you're a Tones sub. Ooh, he almost ran out of ink there because he missed a shot on the balloon, but Isaia making his way through the 8-ball level. Let's see. Okay, ink rail level is actually somewhat interesting. We're choosing the Jet Squelcher. I believe it's the Jet Squelcher, but basically gives you a lot of long-ranged fire that makes it really good for taking out these boxes pretty quickly. And he's doing this pretty well. Yeah, very, very quickly done right there. Isaia having a little bit of trouble with these enemies. I think he's focusing a little too much on the 8-ball rather than the enemies, but should be fine. I think he's going to let it bounce back into the bounce pads that'll propel it forward. And he's got to now try and squeeze that thing in. He does. Smart thinking to use the burst bomb there, and Isaia gets out of the 8-ball level. Another break the boxes level here for Tones. Using the ink brush this time. Again, another straightforward level that'll hopefully not make a mistake on. It's pretty hard to mess up this level. Even though I did it yesterday, but no one cares. But the ink spray can be a little wonky on the boxes on the rail, and if you miss one, you're just dead because you can't go back and get it, and if time runs out, you die. But first try for Tones doesn't make it too difficult. As Isaia going through the limited ink. Using his ink somewhat sparingly. I think he could have used a little bit more for one of the sponges, but shouldn't make too big of a difference. Oh, he does not ink that block enough. So he does die, losing a good chunk of time because there's no checkpoints, but unfortunate. And Tones goes into Girl Power Station, everyone's favorite. 5-minute auto-scroller, 3-minute auto-scroller, whatever it is. As monk-esque as it may seem, it's actually pretty straightforward. Tones is going to do a strat where he knocks the Octo off early, eventually here. We'll throw a bomb on these two, and then shoot them, because why not? Taking out two of these early, goes to get the umbrella. There's a little bit of trouble, but it does it for the first half or so of this level. Pretty quick. But second half is a little bit different. It's not too tricky, so you should be fine. As Isaia gets into the Jet Squelcher rails level. Does miss that big box, which is unfortunate. Struggling a little bit, and he misses a rail. Not too costly, but it is a decent chunk of time that'll be lost there. But again, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. It's not that important. Tones now waiting around for the level to end, as girl power is pretty simple. So that will put Tones into the matchmaker, match master, whatever it is. I'm gonna say matchmaker station because matchmaster. Oof. F in the chat for me. Bat chest F for beat on. This is really Monka-esque because Rapid Blaster is tough and he flies through this level, so. Hopefully he doesn't mess anything up, or else it's a pretty big time waste. Just because how long this level is. Isaia making his way through the second target breaker station. And Tony's flying through this, so. Good setup so far. Shouldn't be anything that'll be too bad later on. There is one small box that could trip anyone up in this level that comes near the end. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. Drops down, gets those boxes as Isaia enters girl power. He chooses not to pick up the roller to ink a line in front of him to swim in, which is just a little slight optimization, but Tones finishes up Matchmaster pretty cleanly, so not really any trouble with that. Probably only a couple extra shots. I think he missed at least one box in there, which isn't too bad. It could have been perfect, I don't know. I don't know how to play this game. That brings him into Octo Shower. As Isaia just continuing on with Girl Power. He is towards the end though, because pretty quick level. Is he using the blaster? I think he is. No, he's using Tensec. What was he gonna say? His shots were coming out funny to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Octo Shower can be tricky. There is a good setup. Uh-oh. Isaia having some trouble on Girl Power, but he does get through it. A little bit of Among Us, but not too big of a deal. Missing the shot on the third guy here, but not too big of a deal. Gets his armor broken, but is fine. Only a couple seconds lost there. Isaia going into Matchmaster. I don't know what weapon he uses. I'm gonna assume the Squeezer, but could be wrong. I don't know, he uses Rapid Blaster, okay. That's bold. Tones with a very good second phase, gets all four before charge comes out, which is the optimal way to do it. So a perfect third phase would be a very quick Octo Shower. Pretty yucky shower boss. I mean, it was pretty good to me, but maybe my standards are not the ones to be had here. Vimo. So that brings Tones into the first Thang collected. After this rail opens up, of course, because that's important. As I think Isaia messed up Matchmaster, which is unfortunate. It can happen. It is definitely not the easiest with Rapid Blaster. I think... Okay, he's fine. He did miss that box, which is interesting. I don't know if he just ignored it or what, but... Someone's collecting the first Thang. There's Isaia. Taking a little bit of time. Some extra shots here, but assuming he doesn't mess up, shouldn't be too big of a deal. Tones save and quits pretty much. Hits back to train to get on the train a little quicker. And goes down now to do whatever this station's called. I think it's Footloose Station. If I remember correctly, it is Footloose Station. Ooh, having some trouble killing that guy, which is unlucky, unfortunate, because he does need all the ink he can get, really. But other than that one guy, pretty clean level. Just unfortunate he had struggled with the one Octo, whatever that weapon's called. Isaia did finish up Matchmaster though, so he enters the Octo Shower as Tones enters an ink line or ink rail station. Using dodge rolls with the dual squelchers to help gain some distance. A little bit of time saved each time he does that. Not too much, but enough to matter. Especially if you do it enough times. Runs out of ink, so slows him down a little bit, but should be fine. A bit of a trick. Skip right here. Does get it. And that means this level goes by pretty quickly. Dodge rolls into the... What is it? A data point? I don't even know. And that, I believe, leads into the second thing for Tones, so... Moving pretty swiftly as Isaia takes on the Octo Shower. Gets 2, I believe, in the first cycle there. Gets 3. And gets 4. Actually, pretty good there. I believe it is final phase for Isaia. It is. Or I'm wrong, maybe. I could be wrong. No, I was correct. It is the third phase, okay. Tones collects the second thing. Wonder what that could be building. Actually, very quick third phase for Isaia. That was very... Because I looked away for like half a second, and he finished with that, so... Turn to train for Tones as he will continue on the left side. As Isaia will go and collect his first thing. Now Tones gets to play some Rainmaker. Hope and pray that he doesn't get aimbotted. It would be real unfortunate if he got aimbotted. This road is the fastest that we take, but it is a little bit riskier just because sometimes enemies throw bombs or shoot you and make you die, and that's not good. Doesn't get the ink all the way up. Loses armor, but does get the dunk, so pretty good level. A little unlucky at the end, but it wasn't too big of an issue. He's collected all the mem cakes of that line, though, so ISO Padre is gonna be real happy. Isaia will move on to the bottom half of the pink rail, which only has 2 levels, so should go by pretty quickly. Footloose station should be pretty quick. Another ink rail station for Tones. And he's just gonna blow by this because it is a very, very fast level and very fast to dodge roll. Isaia, I believe, went to the side with the 6 enemies before. Actually, no, he didn't. I just missed him going to the other half, so that means he had a good first half of the level. He doesn't get his armor broken, but isn't too big of a deal. That guy was just kind of being mean, dodging away from him. Tones in the back half of the ink rail level, where he did not get too much momentum. It is possible if you get too much momentum where you can just completely sail over one of the zippers and fall to your death. Isaia going into the first ink rail station, though, and we'll see if he can get to skip. Yeah, the inker or the zippers can be really weird. I think we found that out very early on in this game. I think someone just was like, "Oh, what if we?" Oh, well, we actually found out with the main game that you get extra distance from them, but like if you get too much distance, you can fly over. So it's just really weird how they work sometimes. Break the target's level. Tones fails immediately. Yeah. Tones Barty F in the chat if you don't like seeing Tones fail. I actually didn't see if Isaia got the skip. I'm gonna say he did, because that was a pretty fast level. Tones almost breaks a fail balloon. Luckily, they don't die in like half tap, pretty much. A little bit of time lost for him, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. Isaia picking up his second thing as Tones enters a level. It is a ink furler, I believe they're called. Ink furler level. Using burst bombs to go fast sometimes. He chooses to snipe more, but can be worthwhile to use the burst bombs. See if he does a strat. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, he just completely missed it. Gonna have some trouble now. Gonna have a lot of trouble now. Messed that one up pretty badly. And falls to his death going for it, so unfortunate. But Isaia playing some Rainmaker now. Oof, wow, Tones is not having this level. It is a new strat, I don't know how well practiced he is with it, so it very well could be like beginning stages of him knowing the strat. End of the level though now, so not gonna be too big an issue. Gonna have to make sure to hit the snipe on the hurler. He does. Doesn't risk the jump there. I kind of thought he would, but maybe he just thought that he messed up so much that he had to take it a little bit slower. Isaia finishes Rainmaker pretty quickly, and Tones finishes the Octo Furler and is on his way to his third Thang. Maybe he'll mess up the menuing and make a male agent. I mean, what? Spoiler? No. Maybe he'll make a male Agent 3 by messing up menuing. As on the second Octo Rail station. Whoa, spoiler, Forehead. You're right, my bad. Just don't spoil things. Just don't listen, Forehead. Does do the skip on the ink rail level. Let's see, can he mess up the menuing? Will he intentionally mess up the menuing? Oh, Isaia actually dies on ink rails. I believe he didn't know where the end of that ink rail was and got shot off or something. Yeah, he just kind of ran off the end of it. I don't think he knew it. The rail ended there. Judging by how quickly that menuing was, I don't think Tones messed it up. Another break the boxes level, again using a Jet Squelcher. This one, a very long auto scroll, so nothing interesting going on here. If he does mess up, it is a lot of time lost. And Isaia unlocks the purple line, so a fair bit behind, but who knows, he could come back. Tones could get disqualified. He's on the fail balloon level, actually. He, I believe, chose the Jet Squelcher. So having trouble with that one box in the back. That is a little bit of a tricky one. Tones getting to the end of the auto scroller at the same time as Isaia finishes his break the target's level. So I believe it's 2 more levels for Tones until the ending sequence. This is probably the least favorite level in the game for most people. I would agree that it is not that fun. Pretty much just can't get hit by any enemy ink, can't step in enemy ink, can't do anything with enemy ink. Very easy to mess up. or just get unlucky and die. Let's see, good curling bomb. First section is down. First, probably third of the level. He gets through pretty quickly. Makes his way through, doesn't get hit by that ink. Almost got hit by the ink on the ground there. Charge that curling bomb for a second just to make sure those bomb guys die. I don't know what their names are. Octopods, I think. But onto the last stretch of the level as Isaia makes his way through the ink furler level pretty quickly. Almost got hit by the sniper, but it is fine. Kills it for consistency. And one of the low-key trickier parts of the level for Tones coming up here. Get by it. But I guess the end is also pretty tricky. A lot of enemies that could just decide not to be nice here. He messes up the curling bomb and does die, so unfortunate. Not too big of a time loss, but he got hit again. Wow. Really not having a good time. You have a question. Ask the question. You are allowed. I have no clue. I don't play online. That was not the question for me. Let's see his menuing as Tones goes into an auto-scroller. So, not much to talk about on his screen. Ooh, perfect menuing. Let's see, is Tones a sniper today? Oh my god, that first shot, absolute sniper. Isaia on another auto. We got a lot of auto going on now. But it'd be like that sometimes. Auto-scroller just about completed. No damage, poggers. It is very windy outside. I don't know if that's audible on stream, but it's not pleasant. Alright, now's the time. Tone's gonna get his fourth thing. If you really want Isaia to win this race, I'm gonna need a one-hand 7 in the chat. One-hand 7. Bat chest for me. Ooh, I'm gonna come out of the woodworks and just win the race. We got a one-hand, but not a one-hand 7. I don't know if that counts. Isaia going into Can't Touch This Station, which, again, very fun level. And Tone's got a cutscene right now, so whatever this contraption may be. Certainly doesn't look too threatening, but probably just a spoiler, a leak for Blender Brews 2. They might. No, he's fine. It's fine. Too tight of a window there, so. Hi there, I'm new to Twitch. Can someone help me out? The first step of being on Twitch is following twitch.tv/beatonp. Probably the best follow on Twitch. And then I believe TonesBalones and Isaia are right for that. Isaia does get hit out of the sky there, a little unlucky. Does get it the second time, so. Go to Ninja and give him all your money. That sounds like a bad idea. Everyone knows Ninja viewers don't have their parents. Come on now. Isaia working his way through, almost accidentally stepped in the ink there. See. Isaia is killing all the enemies, so he's taking it pretty safe here. I don't blame him. Can be a little tricky, so. Tones now onto the escape sequence. And we'll see how well he does. Coccyx phase shouldn't be too difficult. It's just a stealth mission that you don't get too stealthy in. Way through it. Isaia on an auto-scroller. See if Tones can get all the good strats. Which there's only really one in this phase, so. Maybe not all that interesting. He gets shot there, which is interesting. That might cause a little bit of an issue. Yeah, he almost got pushed off, but he's fine. Well done on the sniper section. Not too difficult, but. On to the last stretch of it. Jumps onto the last spinning platform. Pretty good. And, yeah. He should be good to the end, unless he gets caught out here, which he doesn't. Waits a little bit and finally gets till the end of the Coccyx phase. As Isaia gets to the final thing. Which means he gets some cutscenes as Tones gets to the Villy phase. I would assume not going for Octo Shot Escape because I heavily doubt this is a world record pace run. Which means he will be doing this the intended way, which is obviously the best way. If you aren't playing by the developer's intended way, then you're obviously playing the game incorrectly. Unlocks the first section. Nothing too interesting going on, really, on either screen. It's pretty straightforward. Hide your SMH, I agree. I mean... let's see. Getting the splat bomb now. This emote. Chomp, what? Tones? Alright, so Tones is going for Octo Shot Skip, so... he must believe he can get world record. Yeah, that's really interesting. I wouldn't think he can. He might give it a couple tries and then just not if it doesn't go well. This is interesting. So this is the first time we've seen Octo Shot Skip because it's banned, but... yeah, not having a good time with it. I believe this is like his 8th or 9th try, and it's all RNG, so... can say for certain now he is not on pace. He needed to get Octo Shot Skip about probably 13 tries ago. Tones, just give it up. Go for the Octo Shot, please. I can still. You just need a 200th try Octo Shot Skip from Tones. Just missed. I don't know if his angle is correct. They're probably fine. Oleodato Frito. That's not a language I speak. And I butchered that on purpose, by the way. Smile. Just please. Tones is not gonna work. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he was just debating everyone. He doesn't auto-lose, he didn't get Octo Shot Skip. No one says you can... there's no rule that says you can't go for it, miss it 20,000 times, and then get Octo Shot, you know? Technically he's playing by the rules here. Uh-oh. That, don't hurler being mean. So Isaia making up some ground in the coccyx phase by, I guess, Tones just going for Octo Shot a lot and failing. He might get trapped here. No, he's fine. Oh, he's gonna go for it after he gets the Octo Shot. What an alpha. Give it one try. So after that very elongated Villy phase, he finally moves on. Just as Isaia enters. Now for the belly phase, this is all cycle based, so gotta be going pretty fast. Gotta go fast. first little part here, first section isn't too difficult. A little bit of a monk-ass jump right there, but... Now on to the important stuff. I agree. Sour please in the chat. Onto where the cycles really matter, which is just this portion right there, right here. Gotta stay a little bit high up, but you should be good. I don't think these cycles are gonna be messed up. Yeah, you should be good. Unless somehow he gets my luck, which was falling out of it yesterday, but falling out at the end there is a little unfortunate. He's good. Finally gets to the last section of belly phase. Won't have to die to reset the cycles, which is the ultimate victory royale. Let's see, this guy is nice to him. And moving on to phase 4, right as Isaia picks up the Octo shot. The intestinal phase is just a bunch of lasers. Tones, go for a laser skip, if you're real. You went for Octo shot skip 50 times, so it's only right if you do so. Isaia now exiting the Villi phase. Didn't waste 20 minutes going for Octo shot skip, which is always a good thing. Where my Chester's at. Bat Chest 7 in the chat if you're a Chester. Pretty straightforward for Tones here. Let's see if he... Oh, dies on a laser. Talk about just a bad gamer. And he doesn't even go for a laser skip. What are you doing, Tones? I'm a little disappointed. He does finish up with the intestinal phase, as I yawn. As they just got into the belly phase, diaphragm phase for Tones. Once again, kind of cycle dependent here. Really just one data point is want to hit the final, or the second to last data point at the perfect time, so he doesn't have to wait for it. I don't know if Isaia cycles are good here. They might be, actually. Yeah, and pretty straightforward to begin the phase right here. I mean, that's a lot of time lost for one data point. The big feels bad, man. Alright, good. So far from Tones, he should be on pace to get the cycle, so... Assuming he doesn't mess anything up here, which would be interesting. He's got to go a little quickly. But, yeah, he gets it. So, pretty good diaphragm phase for Tones. Isaia finishes. I think that was a belly freeze for him, so yes. So that brings Tones to Peristalsis and Laboratorial Laser for Isaia. Way worse name. Peristalsis is, can be a monk ass. We'll see how safely Tones plays it here. Shoutouts to the Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer tournament, though. Pretty good start. He did get the ink refill. Isaia coming up hot on Tone just because of that like 20 billionth attempts at 20 billion attempts at Octo shot. Tone's just going straight ahead, not really caring about any enemies or anything, so we'll see. Hopefully these bomber guys, these bomber mans aren't too mean. Yeah, pretty good. Does get a hit off on the orb, but, you know, not too good. Octoshot skip PogChamp. He didn't even get it. Waits a second for that bowling ball, and we'll go... Actually, we'll not go right through the laser. He'll choose to go through this last orb. Okay, he could have skipped the laser there, but instead, probably would have saved a couple seconds if he did, but playing it safe, which is fine. And he's plugged in now, so pretty close on time for Tones. Isaia working his way through a diaphragm. Don't know if he's on pace for a cycle. I would assume so. Not too much you can mess up. Well, that takes him off cycle. Unfortunate. Does hit the target to open that up. And taking a little bit longer to get to that data point. So he will have to be late on that cycle, or maybe he's early on the second cycle if you want to be an optimist about it. Octoshot skip ruined your meme. Octoshot skip is a meme. Oh, that's definitely what he was gonna do. Definitely was gonna try and get Octoshot skip and then go for the Octoshot. Too bad it's an RNG trick and he got bad RNG. Tried to flex on you. Feels bad, man. Tones getting to the end here. Gets to fight the Agent 3 he created. And we'll probably do the nil statue just as a slight victory lap. First phase for Tones. Gonna try and get the baller into the corner now, which isn't that difficult. So. Having some trouble with his aim, but he's fine. Final phase here for Tones. You can get one from Cycle, so 105.35, 38. So pretty good. But I should hit the done button. Turn on Isaiah's audio automatically. Pretty banging music right here. .106.08 is not what it's. If Tones wants to get in here, just for some post-match, post-race stuff, he's free to do so. We'll see if he joins. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. 2-minute PB pace, Pog. That's a Pog.
Hello?
Hello. So Tones, you went for about 1 billion tries on Octo Shot Skip.
Oh my god, dude, it ruined everything.
How tilted are you?
Dude, I mean, okay, this run doesn't really matter, so tilted's not the right word, but I don't know. I didn't think it was going to take that long. I think that was like honestly like 22 tries or so.
It was very frustrating to watch.
Yeah.
Some good RNG.
That's okay though. That's because the game knew that it's a tournament race and that the trick is banned, so it shut off.
The game didn't want you to get DQ'd.
Yeah, exactly. The game didn't want me to get DQ'd.
It is a monk S for me, because you're just wasting my battery right here.
Yeah, so at least you were able to commentate for as long as your battery was alive.
Yeah. Should be good to the end of the stream. Assuming Isaiah doesn't take 3 years to end his run.
Well, technically he's over right at the end of this fight, so.
Technically, but... Actually, yeah, I can just end the stream, I guess. He's streaming it himself, so it's not a big deal if I end stream.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fish.
So around the time of Octo Shot Skip, I noticed that I had like a 5-minute lead or so, and I was like, just go for it.
Yeah.
To see, and then if I got it, I would have just gone and gotten the Octo Shot Skip anyway.
Yeah, but you did say early in the run that if you were on world record pace, you would go for it.
Oh yeah, I would absolutely throw to get Octo Shot Skip.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't blame you.
But then, like, literally in the blaster level, I died, and I was like, well, alright, there goes world record pace, so let me just meme the whole time.
Yeah, because you missed the jump.
Oh, what was it? What was it? In the fruit roll-up level, right before Thang 3, I went for a trick that I saw Hash Rice do on Twitter that I've never done before.
Yeah, you messed it up like 3 times.
A bunch of times, and it was so funny, though. It would have looked cool if I got it, but I didn't know how to do it.
Isaiah finishes his race, so... Both are done. Oh.
He has finished the race.
Well, undone Tones.
109.41, a world record, not time. Almost.
Undone Tones, just to hear the music of his game for now. If Isaiah wants to hop in here, he can.
Well, he's on PB pace. I wouldn't expect him to.
I mean,
To
He's got
throw it away
9
like that. How much focus do you need for this 6-minute
He's
cutscene?
got a 6-minute cutscene and then a 3-minute auto scroller. I think he's fine.
You can't even see my webcam. I'm flossing right now. I've been flossing this whole time.
Wow. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if Isaiah's gonna join.
Tournament does say that it's over at Agent 3, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
finished it. So.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Because I'm going to do a minute 30 challenge. I try and break everything with only a minute 30 left on the clock.
Let's see. No word from Isaiah if he's joining. See this Nils fight Tones. Don't TonesBalones it.
I'm gonna TonesBalones it. I don't know why you call it that. I've never choked this fight in my life.
We have called it that since day one.
Yeah, but I've never choked.
Haven't choked it. You've almost choked it, which is TonesBalones.
Okay, I mean, theoretically, I think I had a 122, and I choked it.
Wow.
That was a long time ago.
You're being bad at Splatoon 2. No. Why are you waiting there? You're just gonna do the whole thing in the last minute?
Yeah, I'm going to try and do the whole thing in the last minute 30. I've done it with a minute 45 left, and I had like 20 seconds left on the clocks.
Interesting. That beat on.
They're all yelling at me.
Everyone's yelling at you. Tough day.
2, 1, go. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm probably going to fail already.
Nice.
My bomb didn't explode. Come on.
Haven't even moved yet on the
I hate
live stream,
everything.
so
Well, I'm not going to save this.
we've messed it up. Do I just end stream here?
Oh, yeah, and right now. Yep. It's all. That's the hardest part, really, of doing this, is hitting the blue ones. The blue ones are so hard to get.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're all good and done here, so should be fine to end stream. I know Isaiah's streaming his perspective. Go watch him PB. But that should wrap it up. Tones wins the race, and yeah, pretty epic right there.
Yeah. I'm like mega lost. We're gonna see Incopolis crumble. Thank God this isn't a part of the race rules.